I talk about all the time about how the front door of the radio station is open, and sometimes people just walk in, and they come in off the street. No, seriously. I have a guest this morning, and do I call you Angie or Angela?
Angela.
Angela, get right in front of the microphone.
Okay.
There you go, right there. One of your people called me yesterday and said, hey, you know, this is a long shot, but she's running for an office here in Franklin County, and you probably won't interview her, will you? I said, yeah, come on in. So
Well, I appreciate it.
Here
This is
you
wonderful.
are. Well, now you are a candidate for
Franklin County Assessor.
and a full name, Angela Beckett, correct?
Yes, sir.
And everybody knows you. Yes, sir. Listen to you. Man. Have you ever run for office before?
No, this is my first go. It's been a wonderful experience, and I'm very grateful. We've met some amazing people along the way, and it's been a whirlwind, but we've only got less than 3 weeks left.
If you had it to do over again, would you do it right now? Because I talked to a lot of people who've run for office for the first time, and they're going like, man, I had no idea what that was going to be like.
We didn't have any expectations at all, other than knowing that we were going to be working very hard for the next few months. But it's been like I said, it's been a great experience, and yes, definitely I would do it again.
Now, you are running for assessor.
Yes.
Explain, and I think most people get what that is, but essentially, what does the job of the assessor do?
The purpose of the assessor's office is to establish fair market values for the taxable properties and personal properties for Franklin County.
So when people get that bill in the mail, they blame whoever's the assessor. How can my house be worth that? It's funny. They complain when the value of their house goes down,
Right.
but yet they complain when their value of their house goes up because they have to pay more taxes.
Right. Well, and, there's two contributory factors. There's one, the only thing the assessor's office has control over is that value. Your other contributory factor to your tax bill is your tax levies for the areas that you live in, depending on your schools and your fire departments. All those little levies are what are used to calculate your actual tax bill.
Now, take me through this. One morning you wake up and you said, I think I'm going to run for assessor. Is that how it happened?
It wasn't just one morning. I actually used to work in the assessor's office under Bill Overschmidt.
Oh, no kidding.
And he gave me the opportunity to get my certification. I have the highest certification in the state of Missouri to appraise all categories of real estate within the state. And once I got that certification, we had a gentleman on our Board of Equalization panel. He is a private appraiser here in Franklin County. He had his own firm, and he asked me to come and work for him part-time. So I worked on both sides of the fence for several years. And in 2011, I had the opportunity to go and work for the private sector full-time for that private appraisal firm. So having worked in the assessor's office and worked for the private appraisal firm, it gave me a wide range of experience and qualifications to do this position.
And you're still doing that today then, right?
Yes, sir.
So you are literally every day going out and appraising properties?
I will be out at 2 o'clock today, actually. I
No
had appointments
kidding.
all last night. I did reports all last night. I do this day in and day out.
We do a real estate show here on Saturday, and my two ladies that do that, they say the market is starting to come back. What do you think?
I think it's creeping very slow, and we knew that going in. Once the pitfall finally hit in Franklin County, I kind of relate to my clients. It's kind of like eating chocolate. It takes nothing to put it on, but it takes forever for it to come back off. So, it's creeping very slow, but we've got our fingers crossed. We noticed a very stagnant market there after the pitfall in 2010, beginning of 2011. So slowly but surely, we're starting to come out of it, but not at a gradual rate.
Now, you are running for the assessor's office. You
Yes,
are
sir.
running against?
Tom Copeland.
And he is the current assessor.
Yes.
Okay, whenever I have the people come in and they're running against an incumbent, I say, what can you do better?
Well, besides the fact of my qualifications and experience, it's the fact that I've been out here talking with these people day in and day out, and nobody knows values better than these appraisers that are out here appraising in our market today.
And that's you.
Absolutely.
And would you be the kind of person that if people come in and they complain about their appraisal, that you would hide in your office and go, I don't want to talk to them?
Absolutely not. That's what the citizens of Franklin County deserve, is an explanation of why the values are the way they are, show them why, how, and how you arrived at that evaluation.
And to a certain extent, you've got, state guidelines you have to go through when you do that as far as the assessing property in various counties?
You do. There's state statutes that you do have to follow, and it states that you have to establish values within a fair market value.
And that's, to a certain extent, there are guidelines for that. You just can't walk up to some house and say, $50,000.
Right. You have to use sales within the market, comparable sales. There for a long time, the foreclosure and distress market was really driving the all over sales.
Tell
in
me
our area.
about it. Yeah, I know with talking with our real estate people from Remax Stars, they would talk about that the comps, if you had a subdivision that had several foreclosures in it, it would just tear the entire market up.
It would. When you have more foreclosures and distress sales, the normal arm's length sales, it pushes that whole market down. And that's probably where we're seeing the decline in those foreclosures and distress sales, and that's why our market's allowing to come up a minimal amount.
If I had to say, did you watch the debate last night?
I did not. I was working.
Oh, you were working. I was going to give you one of those questions, and I was going to say, if I were to ask you the 3 reasons why people should vote for you, Angie, what would they be?
Respectful, qualified, and experienced.
Wow, you just got it right off the bat there. Now, as far as contact information, if someone wants to get in talk with you, we do this all the time for any of our guests, and it's really interesting because a lot of times I have guests on the show, and they'll call me like a couple days later. Wow, I had this so-and-so guy call me. He had a real good question. Contact number for you. Do you have a phone number you can give out?
Sure. It's 573-579-3800, and you can contact me at that anytime. That phone seems to be glued to my head 24/7.
And as most politicians, you have a website?
I do. I have a website, a Facebook page. You can find me in the local newspapers. I'm running some radio ads. I live on the other side of Union. Contact me anytime.
Great. And once again, the November 6th?
November 6th, check it for Beckett.
And check it for Beckett.
Yes.
Angela Beckett, I appreciate you coming in here this morning. You were most nice and on such short notice, and once again, when people say, I can't get on a radio station.
That front door is really open.
I'm telling you. I mean, we talk about this all the time. I'd say, and it's funny, every once in a while, we used to do the talk show when Brian Nieves used to be across the hall. We'd say that all the time. And people would actually walk through the front door and go, you weren't kidding. The front door was open. I will talk to practically anybody, as long and especially if they bring food. Then,
I never thought about that. I should have brought snacks.
Yeah. Well, you can still go down and get some Little Debbie's down the street.
I'll be right back.
Hey, appreciate it. 7:55.